Really appreciate it. We're joined by head coach of the Reggae Boyz, Hamer Hallgrimsson, and captain of the Reggae Boyz, Andre Blake. Before we open the floor for questions, coach, your thoughts of the performance and of course the result of tonight's encounter.
Yeah, maybe before I would like to talk about the game, just to remind everyone that Haiti is top-seeded group in our group, top-seeded team in our group. So, and if you look at the results, I think it's good that we did not lose this game. It was close, and performance-wise, I would say even at 2-0 when they scored the 2 goals, I felt that we were a better team in that moment. So it was kind of a slap in the face, but not one, just 2 slaps in the face. And if we take away 2-3 mistakes we did and give them chances, I think we played really a good game. But always, the coach is always the most pleased with the character that they showed. They fought until the end. We wanted the win. I think everybody saw that. We wanted to win. We pushed for the win. So I'm mostly pleased with the character in the team and the togetherness to win this game, because it's tough to be slapped in the face 2 times in the early stage of the game.
Skipper, your thoughts as well? Same in terms of performance and of course the result.
Yeah, I mean, I think we start tonight much faster than we did in the last game, which is definitely an improvement. I think we played the way we trained for the most part. We executed the game plan. But as coach said, it happens. 2 unforced errors that kind of led to their goals. But this is football. It happens, and it's how you react. And I think the boys showed a lot of character. A 2-0 down is never easy to come back against a very good team. So credit to the boys for really sticking together, supporting each other, and fighting through the situation. We didn't win, but we definitely build some character where as a very good team you're going to want to have moments like these to show that you can come back from 2 goals down.
Rashid?
And maybe just to add in the end, to have the support of the people. I know you are opinionated. 2-0 down could have been the opposite, but we felt really the support from the people, and we appreciate that. It was lovely for a foreigner to be here and feel the support from the people.
Coach, from what I gather, you're saying you're pleased with the performance. When we spoke yesterday, talked about having to fix some things from the Honduras game for tonight. How much improvement did you see from that game, and especially in midfield? Because the midfield at some parts last Friday seemed to have issues, especially early on. But tonight, did you see a vast improvement early on in the game, how they started the game as opposed to how they finished it?
Yeah, related to what Blakey said before, we started the game on a much higher tempo. It was too slow against Honduras. We moved the ball slowly, so we did not open them. Today we moved it quick between the flanks and used the flanks pretty well. Could have crossed it a little bit more, but I think we used the spaces available much quicker than we did against Honduras, meaning that we have our maybe most attacking threat players on the ball in the correct spaces, maybe a 1-against-1. That is what we want to play in our attacking game. We want to open the spaces for our top 4 or 5 players.
Livingston?
Yes, coach. You mentioned that we needed a solid defense today. We still saw some sloppiness in the passing out of the back and in our build-up play. Why is it? What was the initial issue with the team at the onset of the game?
I think, in my opinion, it was no issue with the team. It was just 2 errors, and we conceded 2. They had 2 attacks and scored in both their attacks. So I didn't feel in the game that there was something going wrong. Absolutely not. I really felt that we were playing well when we conceded the goals. And like I said before, after the game, last game, I think today we played with more aggressivity, we played with more aggression in defense. We met them. We knew this was going to be a physical match, and we met them there. So we did not give them any energy going down or losing fight. So we stood our ground, and I like that. We played in a high tempo like that as well. And there we should build on this performance, in my opinion.
Just one more point there, coach. We seem to perform better in the second half. Are we becoming a second half team?
Yeah, I don't want to repeat myself. I thought we had a good first half as well. We scored our goals in the second half. If scoring is performance, then yes.
Eddie?
Division TV. A game of two halves. What was the difference in the second half in terms of the changes that they made? What was the difference?
I just say it again. I don't see a difference between the first and the second half. It was 2 goals and 2 goals. We played with more urgency in the second half, yes, because we needed to score. We took a little bit more chances, of course, because we needed to score. Luckily we did, but I don't think we played bad in the first half, even though we conceded the 2 goals.
Coach, I'm Jordan from the Dana. How pleased are you with our position tonight and our ability, movements on and off the ball, and our ability to break down the Asian defense?
Yeah, I repeat myself again. I was happy with my players. We had a game plan. We wanted to attack, especially up the flanks, doing runs in behind them. We did that again and again and again. We didn't score from every chance we had, but yeah, I was happy with it. I was happy with it. I cannot say anything else.
Did we break down the defense as we should have?
Say again?
Did we break down the Asian defense as we should have?
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a difficult team to break down, but we did, and we could have scored a lot more goals. We had some really good chances to score, and against a good team, you should be happy with that.
Jamal?
Blake, a question for you. After going into lockdown, what was the conversation amongst the players to get ready for the second half?
Yeah, we got in the locker room, and the talk was, no matter what, we cannot lose this game. Whatever it's going to take. We were playing really well. We had a lot of chances. We just weren't as clinical as we would want to be on the night. But again, they had 2 chances. And they were able to put them away. We had the bulk of the possession. We had all the chances. I don't know the stats, but I'm pretty sure we had quite a number of shots on target. Their goalkeeper making a few saves. But yeah, we got in the locker room. We know exactly what the game was like. We just say stick together, keep supporting each other, get the next goal. It's just about getting that first one, because we know we were getting the chances. We just needed to put the first one away, and then we know the second one will come.
Jerome?
Yeah, coach. In terms of the transition in defense without the ball, were you happy with how the team played without the ball in terms of trying to stop the Haitian counter-attack, because that's obviously their main threat?
Yeah, that's Haiti's threat. Sometimes when they defend, they don't defend with 3 or 4 players. So we were not as good as we want to be, for sure. But this is their strength. We knew that before the game. But when you play as a strong counter-attacking team as they are, you need to be alert all the time. So this is the difference. At this level, you will be, or you always have a chance to get punished if you're not balanced, if you're not defensively balanced when you're attacking.
Yeah, and Andre, there's a 2-1 with the save, that same counter-attacking play off the corner. What was going through your mind at that time?
Yeah, knowing that the score is 2-1, I know that, if they score at that point, the game is over. So I just had to try to keep my composure, stay as big as possible, and do everything I can to make the save.
Yes, Tracy?
All right, both the coach and the captain. Coach, we heard the aspects of the Jamaican game that you're happy about. I want to hear specifically the aspects of the game that you're not happy about, both you and the captain.
I think every coach would like to avoid individual mistakes. Every coach, every fan would like to play a game without doing mistakes. But it's a part of the game. I think the first goal was a typical. We have a principle of dropping off the guy going for the ball. Nobody dropped off, so I'm not happy with that. And like the other question about the defensive balance, I'm not happy with that. But this is football. Sometimes the opponent tricks you. The ball drops to them, but not to us. Like sometimes in the box, their box, it dropped, but it always seemed to go to them on the line or whatever. There never seemed to be a Jamaican foot to put it in.
What about the offensive transition? Transition from defense to offense?
Yeah,
How happy are you with that?
I think we did, if we compare these two performances, we did that much, much better this game than against Haiti. So I'm 100% sorry. So we need to be pleased that we are going at least in the right direction. Even though we didn't win today, I thought we had a much better game today. Even though we won against Honduras, I think, that's my feeling first after the game, that we played much better today.
Yeah.
Skip.
Yeah, as coach said, individual, unforced errors sometimes that's one of the main things for me. It wasn't horrible, by any means, but it was just two letdowns, which, once we clean that up, find a little more stability, when we're attacking, just to nullify their counterattacks, we can be a little bit better with that. But, for the most part, there are a lot of positives tonight, and, we just want to focus on the positives and keep going.
And mistakes always look worse when it's a defender who does the mistake, or even much worse when a goalkeeper does a mistake than when a striker or a winger does a mistake. So it always looks better. No, when the guys up front do it.
Go ahead. 1 second, Robert. Sportsbox.
Reggie Williams from Sportsman's. Coach, you mentioned previously that it was going to take some time for the offense to really get clicking. At a lot of points today I saw, especially the offensive shape, all 5 lanes occupied. Is that something that brought you a lot of pleasure, seeing that the attack is gelling a lot more in terms of what you want tactically?
Yeah, I think that the game plan was kind of spot on, so we could activate all our attacking threats. Maybe some of them wanted the ball more, but we kind of could use all these lanes available. I think to have Shamar back was a good change, because he can hold the ball up as well. We can go for the long ball and he can hold it up there and find the others. He was really good in spinning off behind the defense. So when you do that, you open the channel for the wingers, so we could kind of exploit each other going forward. Happy with that.
Robert?
Yes, Coach. Len Bekisa was originally the squad. Injured, left out. Javier Brown brought in. I thought Taylor Gray was the replacement for Len Bekisa, but both games we see Javier Brown starting. Can you explain that?
Yeah, Javine did a good performance, so he deserved to play. We were doubtful today that he would start the game, but he took a late fitness test and passed it. So it's a tough opponent. He knows our system. Tavon is coming in the squad, so we have to gel him in slowly. But he looks really, really good. I'm really pleased with that kid.
Rush?
Christian Smith, this is not Sports TV. One for the skipper. I know something you're passionate about is all the players interested in playing for Jamaica, coming early and playing the competitions leading up to World Cup qualifiers. We see 2 consecutive competitions now where we see 18, 19 players representing. How do you feel about that? What will that happen to us going forward?
I'm very happy. You need consistency in any team to really get things going. So again, I think sometimes we forget that this team is relatively new. We're still trying to figure it out. Players are still learning other players' tendency. But I'm very happy that we have identified a core group of guys, and the more we play together, we're just gonna get better. And I'm just excited for what to come with this group.
Yes, sir. Same question for the coach. Have you found your core?
I think so. We're always looking to improve, but I think we are quite. And I said it in the last press conference. We are happy with what we have, but we're always looking out for improvements in every area of our game, both players, but also how we play, how we work together, etc.
Yes, Rashid.
Gentlemen, tonight, Prasius scrambled the ball off his line. On Friday night, Bobby Reid had a chance as goal scored this allow. The entire company have a perfectly fine goal. There's no VAR in this competition. However, in this stadium in 2019, we were there, we had the World Cup here, and we had VAR. What do you feel about not having VAR in this competition, right?
I personally like VAR. I think it gives a lot more positive than negative. And I mean, if there is a play that's supposed to disallow the goal, then you would want to have that. Even though if you're the one that scored the goal, you would much rather it be given. But I think having VAR is very important, and definitely the game against Honduras, that would have helped for sure, because that Bobby Reid goal was definitely onside.
Yeah, I more or less agree. And I think CONCACAF referees would benefit having a VAR.
Yes.
Coach, comment on your substitutions. I think they worked, but you can probably tell me if that was exactly what you wanted. And then also, how do we get more out of our set play? I feel like that's something that probably better.
Yeah, the only way to score more goals from set plays is to drill them more often, but we have limited time when we come together, so we just have to improve how we do it and do as much as we can. We try to analyze the opponent where the weakness is, and I felt we had a chance to punish them better than we did. But that's the only way you can improve your set plays conversion rate, is to train it day after day.
And comment on the substitutions you made.
Yeah, I thought they were good. We felt that some players were getting tired, and they were getting tired. Everybody was getting tired, running back and forth. A lot of, like you say, a lot of set plays going for the centre backs, going always in, running back, going in, running back. So it was just good to have fresh legs, and they helped us in the end, pushed, and so I'm happy with them.
Sorry, just finishing on the substitutions. The change of Whisper for Demari. We saw him playing more up front. He came on with a slightly different role this time. And then also DJ coming in for Lads.
Yeah, DJ Lats is attacking change, so DJ is more attacking midfielder than Lats is more a defensive holding midfielder. We knew that Demari was not a 90-minute player. He was even doubtful to start, but he did start. He wanted to start, pushed, but we had a limit on him because he said he felt his hamstring a little bit tighten up. So that was unfortunate. And again, Whisper is probably more of an attacking player than him, even though Dimi is an attacking player. So all of these changes we were thinking about going forward, taking the chance. Even when we were winning, we didn't go back. We wanted to push and win the game.
All right, we're going to take two more. MG, one.
Question to Andrew Blake. Going to lockdown so early in the game, but the fans were still galvanized and still cheered on. How does that make the team feel?
Yeah, I mean, I did an interview earlier, I think, where I talked about how important, the fans are, them being loud and supporting us, give us that extra energy, that extra boost that we're always going to need. It also makes the away team uncomfortable, they stayed with us the entire time, and that kind of showed that, we were playing well, we were giving them something to cheer for, definitely, because we have to do our job. So we did our job, they stayed with us, and unfortunately we weren't able to give them 3 points tonight, but, a point is always better than none, and again, to really fight back from 2-0 down, you have to give the guys some credit, and, thanks to the fans for coming out and being loud tonight.
Yes, Coach, can I? Yes, Coach. Just one, Coach. 3 goals in 2 games playing at home. And over 2 games, we have also given up chances. Concerned that the focus on building the offense has destabilized the balance on defense a little bit.
Sometimes it is just like this. You have to find the balance somewhere. Sometimes you put too much emphasis in improving the attack, and it affects. But like I said like 10 times this conference, I felt really good. We played a good defensive game. The transitions were not the best, but it was the individual mistakes that cost us these 2 goals. It was not like we were playing a bad defensive game. Absolutely not.
And finally, Jerome.
Yeah, Coach, what about those who will probably leave the stadium tonight feeling that we're still at the same level before today? Seeing that we drew despite a good comeback. What if they say, well, I don't feel comfortable where we are, or the direction that we're going? What would you say to them?
No, everybody has their opinion, and I cannot control what people feel about the team. The only thing I can say, we will continue to work. We will try to improve. But I will not say anything. If that's their opinion, then that's their opinion. So we all see football in a different way, with different eyes, how we want football to be played. We are trying to develop our game, and that's the only thing we can do. We will continue to do what we have been trying to do.